Hi, I just want to show you a couple of things you can do in Freeplane with its find and replace feature. For a little orientation, I'm going to be following a script outline here, and we're going to be doing stuff over here in this map. This side may look a little different than mind maps normally look. I'm using outline mode, which is a feature in Freeplane that kind of lets you go instead of horizontal. Here's what it normally looks like, where nodes expand or unfold going horizontally, but I need to use the vertical space here instead of the horizontal, so it hopefully is going to do that. So first of all, let's talk a little bit about the purpose of this video and this feature. Oh, I'm going to turn on Spotlight also. Sorry, Spotlight. So the purpose of find and replace in this video description is to organize nodes after like a brainstorming session where it's kind of hectic putting out ideas in no particular order. And this is a specific use case. It's just a simple bogus map, simple problem. But in real life, big maps, find and replace can be really, really valuable. So I'm going to filter this down so this is all we see, and it's child nodes. So this video involves find and replace. It's just kind of a surface level discussion, and I hope to get more videos developed pretty soon. So this basic scenario is that a business the customers have been complaining about the waiting room. So they decide to get together a little focus group of customers, and they develop these items that they don't like about the waiting room. There's no reading materials, the TV's too loud. And they've prioritized them by, after they brainstormed the ideas, they said, well, which is the most important to us? And on a scale from 1 to 5, they voted and they averaged it all out. So I assigned each one a score. Now they've assigned a customer employee committee that's tasked with addressing the complaints that were developed. But the map badly needs reorganization. Like any brainstorming session, ideas just pop out, and you just write them down one after the other. They don't have any order. So this needs to be reorganized for this new committee. So the process, I'm going to filter down again. It's all based on these scores that are in the node or the details section of these nodes. And our goal is to group them together by score. And we're going to use Freeplane's find and replace feature versus just visually scanning. I mean, we could do that. We could look at 4 here and move it up here, and there's another 4. We could look for 3. Where's the other 3? There it is. 2, we saw one, and there it is. But that's kind of haphazard. And in a big map, it would be really problematic. So the steps we're going to follow: first, we need to turn on find and replace, which is done on the menus with edit, find and replace. Now, if you haven't noticed by now, I'm not using the menus. I'm in full screen mode. But if there was a menu system up here, you'd see edit as one of the tabs, and you could go to find and replace. And anytime there's a hotkey assigned to a different function in Freeplane, you'll see it in the menus. You'll also see it in command search. And when I'm in full screen mode, I use command search all the time. It's Control F1. I can type in find, replace. I don't even have to type the whole word, and there it is again, and with the hotkey. I'm going to double click on this to find to bring up the find and replace, but when it comes up, we're going to sort one of the headings, and then we're going to select all the number 4 scores, and to each one we're going to add a parent node. So that's kind of the next step with all that. So double click. I'm in the wrong map. Double click. Now normally the text is sorted in this column alphabetically, but you can sort any of these columns. In this case we're going to sort details. That's low to high. This is high to low. So we're going to click on and select. I'm just pressing the shift and down arrow to select all these, and then you just press enter to select them in the map. So enter, and I'm going to close this. So you can see it did select everything that had a 4 in the map. So now we've done that one, but we have to repeat these 2 steps for the other number. No, I'm sorry. We have to assign a parent node. So that is shift insert. So in our map, shift insert, and we assign a 4. And now we repeat that. Shift or Control Shift F. Now we find the 3s, select them, enter. Now this is cool because you can see they're separated, but as soon as I press shift insert to add a new parent, it just sucks those right together and waits for me to put in the title. So let's go back again and grab the 2s, shift insert. So, and just to make things consistent, we need a parent here for the 5s. Now, since we've got these parents in here, we don't need to see what each of the scores is. So I'm going to select them all, and I'm pressing Alt F3, which hides details. So we've taken that disorganized map and provided some order to it. But we need to, since 5 was the one that people most disliked about things, I'm going to press Control down arrow and move it to the top of this list. And then 2, I'm just going to press Control down arrow a couple times, and those are all now reordered. But we're not quite done, so we're going to look at this follow-up section, because this customer employee committee now is going to take those brainstormed ideas and develop responses to them. And they're also going to assign some actions to some of the people on the committee. But we need to keep in mind, we're going to fast forward here because I don't want to just enter a lot of these new nodes. So that's going to be done behind the scenes. But we're going to look first, we want to see what responses the committee developed. So discuss, add, and this is what they came up with. So on the music, which people did not like, they said, well, maybe we can just disable it or lower the volume. And here you can also put in, if you see other relationships anywhere, you can put in like a connector. And from there, the committee now needs to make some assignments. So this is what they came up with. The music, to disable it, they're going to see what Dave can come up with, and also to lower the volume. And again, this is just a small bogus map, but if this was a big map and you had all kinds of assignments, then you'd really need something other than just scanning to see what they are. So this is where find and replace comes in handy again, because we can find job assignments. And we're going to use regular expressions when we get to the find and replace dialog, and then just type in people's names. So again, Control Shift F. Now, I'm going to take off regular expression right now and just type in Dave, D-A-V. This would find Dave, David, Davinia, Davenport, if that was a name in here. So we're going to press tab key until we get down into this list, select them all, and then press enter to select them in the map. And here again we can filter, and let's say Dave is sick or he left the company. We need to find somebody to replace him, so this is a way that simply and easily find where he appears in the assignment list and try to figure out somebody else. And you can find more than one person with this pipe symbol. Now on your keyboard below the backspace key, there's a key that's got a backslash and then a straight up and down line. That's called the pipe symbol. And in regular expression, that is a shortcut for or. So we're going to try to find Ann or Dave now. So Control Shift F, and we've got Dave. Let's type in our pipe symbol and put Ann. But we're not getting any results because this is more of a symbol than a text character. So we need to press regular expressions. Let's click on it. And now it's saying, okay, I recognize that as a symbol. So it brings up the names we want, Ann or Dave. So let's select them. And again, you can filter, because maybe now there's a feud going on between Ann and Dave. We need to kind of adjust things. So to recap, Find and Replace is a very handy tool, and this tutorial just didn't even scratch the surface. So I hope to be able to produce a few more videos to come. One note, when you're working with Find and Replace, it's kind of dependent on the filtering. So if you have any filters set, that's the only text that the find is going to look for. It's only text that it's available to find. So the tighter you filter, the more deeply you dig into your map, the less of a text pool there is to search. That's usually a good thing, but it can be kind of confusing when you look at it and your mind thinks, where's all my data? So I hope this map wasn't too silly and didn't throw you off from doing some playing around with this feature, because Find and Replace is really a powerful function in Freeplane, and the bigger the map, the more it's handy. So I hope this was helpful, and thanks for watching.